Okay, I had to wait a few seconds there because my camera's not syncing to the thingy, the sound. I've just wasted my time. But not actually, no I haven't, because I've learned from it. I've just done 2 vlogs. They didn't record properly because the sound sounded stupid. It wasn't syncing, so my voice was going and then my mouth was like somewhere else and it just looked silly, just looked so silly. I've just had a massive rant about when people text you and then they don't reply. It probably will sound like a real psycho blog, but I don't mean it to. It's a genuine anger of mine. So you get a text, your phone buzzes, and you're like, oh my God, I haven't seen you for ages or spoken to you. And you read it, and you're like, oh yeah, no, oh right, yeah. How are you? What have you been up to? And so you write out a reply. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. I've just been busy with work and the gym. And you try and make it sound like, you know, you've been really exciting and your life is really good and fun, but actually it's really boring, you've just been at work. And you click send, and you're like, conversation started. And you sit there, and you wait. And you're like, okay, this person's not texting back. And then you're thinking, well, hold on a minute. They text me. They started the conversation and they haven't replied. Why bother texting me if you're not going to actually reply to me? So I ignore it and leave it. And then a week later, they reply. I'm not interested in having a conversation with you now. A week later. Last week I was quite happy to. This week, no, can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered to reply to another text saying, hey, how are you? Because I told you last week and you didn't give a shit. So, yeah, that is one of my rants. And then the other rant is when you've clearly said to someone, I don't want any contact with you. Like, this is like an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend or a friend that you really fucking hate. So you're like, I don't want any contact with you. And then you get a text from them and you're like, oh no, I've deleted your number, but I know this one. I know it. And you read it and it just says, hey, how are you? I always get these texts. It's weird. So you reply and then you're like, okay, cut the conversation a bit dead, because they text you back and then you text them back and actually all you're thinking is, I really don't give a shit. So then you just cut the conversation dead. 2 days later, you get a text from the same person saying, hey, how are you? But I was fine. 2 days ago you text me and I was fine. Why are you texting me again? Nothing has changed. Nothing. I'm still at work, or I'm still, you know, 2 days ago I was hanging out at the gym. Yeah? Now I'm at home. Why do you care? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Stop trying to find out what is going on in my life because you didn't give a shit and now you do. I don't care. Anyway, that is my rant about text messages. The other one is when you text them and then they start a conversation with you and you think, sod it, I'll just ring them. It's easier, yeah? So you sit there and you're like, and it's just going, and you're like, but they're at the phone. They're at their phone. So they're obviously sat there going, oh no, I'm just gonna ignore that. I can't hear my phone ringing. I'm just gonna ignore it. And then you stop and they must be like, oh, thank fuck for that. Why? I don't understand. If anyone knows any logic behind texting and calling, just tell me. Because I probably sound like an absolute psycho. But I know people secretly think it. That's why yeah. Anyway, rant over. Hopefully this is synced up. 8th time lucky.